Hello. I guess it's about time I did another reading. Um, my first readings were I read the Christmas story from the Bible, and I said at that time, maybe I'll do reading every day. So that was overly ambitious, but here I am for another reading. So today I'm going to read from the poetry of Robert Frost, all of his poems collected in one big book. Robert Frost, he was born in the late 1800s, I think, and he passed away probably, he read at Kennedy's inauguration. Probably early to mid-60s, 1960s is when he died. But anyway, the point I'm making is that he's not modern, but the way he puts words together, he just has a real, he can make words really powerful the way he places them together. He's very talented. And, also I like his perspective, like where he writes, a lot of his poems are written from the viewpoint of someone who lives in the woods. Just lives in the woods and is out in the woods thinking a lot. He writes from that perspective often, and that's sort of my perspective also. Anyway, let me stop talking and start reading. Okay, so this is actually the first poem in his first book, but that's not particularly relevant anyway. Into My Own. One of my wishes is that those dark trees, so old and firm they scarcely show the breeze, were not, as 'twere, the merest mask of gloom, but stretched away unto the edge of doom. I should not be withheld, but that some day into their vastness I should steal away, fearless of ever finding open land or highway where the slow wheel pours the sand. I do not see why I should ever turn back, or those should not set forth upon my track to overtake me, who should miss me here and long to know if I still held them dear. They would not find me changed from him they knew, only more sure of all I thought was true. Okay, that's Into My Own. I'm not going to read second. Okay, this is so beautiful. See, I have little tabs of paper like first, second, third. So I'd forgotten what was under this second one. Oh, and there's 6 total. So 6 poems total. Here's the second one. It's so beautiful. Stopping by woods on a snowy evening. It's just written from the perspective of it's the deep middle of winter, and he's driving by on a snowy evening, some some beautiful woods, but his observations about that plain sounding scene, his observations are so beautiful. Okay. Stopping by woods on a snowy evening. Whose woods these are, I think I know, His house is in the village, though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near. Between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year, he gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. That is so beautiful. It just paints the scene and what is going on there so crystal clear. And then that ending, the woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep. I don't know. I think most of us have felt that way. Like, I'm going to mess it up by trying to describe it. If you know what I mean, you know. Okay. Third is called To a Young Wretch. This one is written, some young guy, I guess, some young person has come onto his land, to Robert Frost's land, and he's cut one of Robert Frost's trees and drug it home to be his Christmas tree. And Robert Frost did not feel kindly about that, but he tried to. This is him trying to reconcile his feelings, and I know I feel it because my trees are like, don't touch them. Okay, so anyway, To a Young Wretch. And it's fine for you to take your father's axe as you take his gun or his rod to go hunting, fishing. You nick my spruce until its fiber cracks. It gives up standing straight and goes down, swishing. You link an arm in its arm, and you lean across the light snow, homeward smelling green. I could have bought you just as good a tree to frizzle resin in a candle flame, but well, what a saving that would have meant to me. But tree by charity is not the same as tree by enterprise and expedition. I must not spoil your Christmas with contrition. It is your Christmases against my woods. But even where, like this, opposing interests kill, they are to be thought of as opposing goods, oftener than as conflicting good and ill, which makes the war god seem no special dunce for always fighting on both sides at once. And though in tinsel chain and popcorn rope, my tree, a captive in your window bay, has lost its footing on my mountain slope and lost the stars of heaven. May, oh may, the symbol star it lifts against your ceiling help me accept its fate with Christmas feeling. Oh, that is so good. God, I think that is really my favorite frost form. Probably no one else has chosen that one, but in the first place, it's like I said, don't touch my trees. Yeah, I agree with that. But also, it's hard to say. It is your Christmases against my woods. Da, da, da. The war god is no special dunce for always fighting on both sides at once. Both sides always think God is on their side. And though in tinsel chain and popcorn robe, my tree, a captive in your window bay, has lost its footing on my mountain slope and lost the stars of heaven. May, oh may, the symbol star it lifts against your ceiling help me accept its fate with Christmas feeling. It's, it covers things that aggravate you, but you can't do anything about, May the symbol star it lift against your ceiling help me accept its fate with Christmas feeling. Oh my God, I went way too deep into that one. Sorry. I just really love that one. I always have. Since the first time I read it many years ago. Okay, this one is called In Hardwood Groves. It's describing leaves falling off the trees and they decompose and go into the dirt, and then they have to go down past the roots and come up back through the same tree, and it's like the circle of the same leaves over and over again. But the way he describes it is much better than the way I just did. Okay, here we go. In hardwood groves, the same leaves over and over again. They fall from giving shade above to make one texture of faded brown and fit the earth like a leather glove. Before the leaves can mount again to fill the trees with another shade, they must go down past things coming up. They must go down into the dark decayed. They must be pierced by flowers and put beneath the feet of dancing flowers. However it is in some other world, I know that this is the way in ours. Oh, be still my heart. That is so beautiful. And it's, it's not just the tree. You can think of patterns in life. Like, you go through periods where you feel like you're going down into the dark decayed. But then they're pierced by flowers and put beneath the feet of dancing flowers, and then they can mount again and make another shade. It's like when you're really down and really low, you can only go back up. When you're down, what's the direction you can go? Up. So it just expresses all of that so beautifully to me. Okay, The Road Not Taken. This is his most famous poem, so I have to include this on any Robert Frost poetry reading. Okay, The Road Not Taken. But, I'm not putting it down. It's very beautiful. Anyway, you'll see. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both, and be one traveler, long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other, as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for that, the passing there had warned them really about the same, and both that morning equally lay, and leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. That's so beautiful. I have definitely chosen, what does it say? 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by. Lord have mercy, I have done that. And then it says, and that has made all the difference. I guess it has. Okay, what is my ending poem here? Oh, Launched. I know this one by heart. I've known this one by heart for years because I've so often felt this way. It's short. You'll see. It's like have you ever seen it rain so hard that flowers in a flower bed, the rain has beat them down so bad that they're like bending over, like the flower face is like down in the dirt, and it's about that. Okay, so here we go. Lodged. The rain to the wind said, "You push and I'll pelt." They so smote the garden bed that the flowers actually knelt and lay lodged, though not dead. I know how the flowers felt. Man, that is so good. I mean, I really don't have much commentary because he said it so clearly. Yeah. Sometimes you're just like, I know I'll be better and normal again. I know I will be, but not today. Not today. I'm launched today. Meet me at another time. Anyways, I just love that. The rain to the wind said, "You push and I'll pelt." They so smote the garden bed that the flowers actually knelt and lay lodged, though not dead. I know how the flowers felt. Amen. That's not a prayer, but I feel like saying amen after lunch. Anyways, if you took the time to listen to all 6 of these probably old-fashioned Robert Frost poems, thank you, and consider them. They're so beautiful, and he was so talented. All right, that's it. Bye-bye.